Hi there and welcome to this week's Deals Friday. My name's Nick Clark from Jenic Property, helping you profit from UK property. This week we're going to be going over a 3-bedroom mid-terrace property that we're doing a conversion to a 5-bedroom HMO. We'll be diving into numbers, also what's entailed with that refurbishment. So let's get started with this week's episode. Okay, so this week's property is a 3-bedroom mid-terrace property as mentioned before. We're converting to a 5-bedroom with ensuite. So we're putting 5 bedrooms, reconfiguring the actual layout to be able to get the ensuites in. Now this property is located in the northwest of England, and the purpose of this property and the client's goal is for monthly cash flow. So they're going to be putting the property refurbishing the property, force appreciating the value of the property, but then also making sure they're producing monthly cash flow every single month. Let's jump into the numbers. Okay, so the purchase price of this property is £90,000. The refurbishment on this property is quite a large refurbishment, which we'll dive into the details in a second, of £50,000. So the refurbishment, what it actually entails is completely stripping out the property. As you see by the photos you're looking at now, is that the property needed a full refurbishment anyway, even if we kept it as a normal buy-to-let. But what we have to do is we have to reconfigure the whole layout so we can fit an additional 2 bedrooms in there, but also 5 en-suites in total. So this involves making sure that we actually create an open space in the kitchen communal areas, which means we're going to have to knock down load-bearing walls, but also put strength back in the walls with, say, RSJs, and to strengthen those walls so they don't obviously cave in and you don't damage the structure of the building. That's very, very important to do, and make sure that you are doing that where necessary. If you are actually unsure of it, make sure you check with your local building regulations so they understand what happens. But we take everything out of your hands so you don't have to do any of it. Now also what's happening, we need a new kitchen in there, enough covered space for all the tenants in there as well, so that will be abiding by the actual regulations for the HMO officer that we're actually dealing with in our local council. On top of that, we're going to need 5 actual bathroom suites because we have an ensuite in each room. And that's going to consist of obviously shower, basin, and obviously toilet, and then flooring and tiling in there as well. Then on top of that, what we do have is the whole property is going to need full rewiring. We need to upgrade the wiring because it's going to have a lot more load capacity on the actual electronics that's going to be used in the property. So that needs putting in, plus a integrated fire alarm system. So if one fire alarm is actually triggered, all of them go off as well. That needs to be hardwired into the system for regulations purposes. But we also need to make sure that we put a new gas central heating system in there for the actual property as well, okay? That will come along with a gas safety certificate plus a electrical safety certificate as well. That will have to be renewed every 12 months for your gas, but every 5 months for your electrics, as recording this video right now. We'll need to replace 3 new windows as well. 2 of them is actually just replace them because they're old wooden style windows, but one of them needs to be replaced so we can actually put a fire exit in there and a fire escape in one of the bedrooms. This is not needed in all bedrooms, but they are needed in certain locations where the bedrooms are, maybe say coming off a kitchen communal area, for instance. Now, what we will do is abide by the actual fire regulations, make sure we've got right FD30 fire doors and also fireboarding in there as well that's needed, and any fire actual adjustments to the building we need to keep the building safe for your tenants. If you've been a responsible landlord, you want to make sure that you put the right fire regulations in there. The last thing you want is a fire happening and your tenants aren't able to get out because you haven't put the right fire precautions in there. So work with the local actual fire officer for that. We take care of that whole process for our clients. Now, what happens is we've got new flooring going throughout, as well as a full decoration and 2 new doors, so 1 in the back and 1 in the front, so 2 new UPVC doors because the old ones are just old and they needed replacing as well. And that's it for the actual refurbishment. Let's jump into the rest of the numbers so you can see what you're getting for your money. Okay, so diving back into the numbers, your actual legal costs and survey costs is around about £1,380. That includes obviously your legals and your surveys. Then you've got a actual stamp duty of £2,700 estimate on that. And then also you got your sourcing fee of £6,000 and your project management fee of £5,000 as well. Now bear in mind, because this is a HMO, you are going to need to furnish the property, so that's a cost, one-off cost of £8,000. Now if you are based in the UK, you can look at leasing that from a leasing company, which would come out of your monthly cash flow rather than coming out of your physical pocket with one big lump sum. That's normally in favour with some people. However, with our international clients, they have to pay this in full because unfortunately they're unable to get the certain leasing schemes unless the company is over a certain age bracket, so they can prove that they can actually pay things back, say your mortgages, finance costs, etc. So the total cash into this deal is £163,080 to get into this deal in total. Let's jump into the actual rental figures so you can see what's happening, what you're getting on a monthly basis for this. Okay, so this property is a HMO, so you're going to get a lot more higher rent from this, but it's also the tenant type for this property is going to be professional based, and looking at 12-month ASTs on that, because they're contractors in the area, they'll need a longer actual term to stay there, which is great news for you because there's less turnaround. Now the rental income on this property is £2,600, okay, per calendar month. Works out £120 per room per week. And your mortgage estimate based on the purchase cost at 4%, which would be around about £225 on an interest-only mortgage. That's £225 per calendar month. Now bear in mind that is the purchase cost, so that's not taking into account any refinances or what value you've added on the property. Now the management fee would be looking at £312, that's a 12% management fee of the actual rent. And then monthly expenses like your gas, your electric, your water costs, TV license, etc. should be coming in around about £520 for this type of property. Now the actual monthly estimate profit on this property would be £1,543 in total. That would be based on a monthly estimate of taking out all your costs for the property, monthly expenses, etc. So that means that your actual yield on this property based on yield and spending costs would be 19% yield you'll be coming in for this property. Now bear in mind this is a HMO, it's a lot more higher risk strategy, so you wouldn't necessarily start out with this type of property. Probably start off with say a buy-to-let or say maybe a smaller HMO, so around about 3-bed or 4-bed, but that's going to generate you £18,516 per annum, that's per year. So let's jump into the background of our investor and how they've actually come to buying that property. So this investor for ourselves is actually based in Singapore. They came to us via referral, and what they've actually done, this is their second property with us that they've actually gone through. Now the great thing about it is they have a lot of experience in the professional industry and know that time is important for them, and they actually don't have any time to get started in UK property. So we take care of the whole process for them. Their background is they work in security analytics, which is obviously in the IT industry. And also they came to us within a referral from a different client that previously used us. They bought this property cash, so the total cash into this deal, if you bought this cash, would be £163,080 in total. But if you bought it through a mortgage, so you've got a mortgage on the purchase price, you're looking at the total investment cost to this cash into the deal would be £95,580 in total. Now they went for our full service for our property sourcing business. And what we do is we take care of the whole process for them. Let's jump into that to see how exactly that works for you. Now this full service, what it entails is we find the property for them. We actually negotiate the whole property. So they don't actually have to deal with the vendor, the estate agents or anything like that. We'll take it all the way up to completion for them and assist them so we can handhold them through the process. They have minimal time, effort, involvement, which is great for them, which means they can just get on with their normal life, get on with their job, and we take care of the whole process for them. Once that's done, we actually got the project management involved as well. And that project management, we took care of the whole builders. They use our build team, and we deal with our builders on a daily, weekly basis. And we make sure we're on the ground, giving regular updates. So they know exactly what's happening with their property and can see the progress actually on their property so far. Now, what we actually do is once that's done, we actually go to hand that property to a qualified letting agent that we've been working with for multiple years, and they rent out that property, okay? So that enables our client to be able to still earn a monthly profit every single month through their UK property, and they could be based anywhere in the world. So whether it's Singapore, whether it's Hong Kong, whether it's in London, in the UK itself, it doesn't really matter, okay? They can be completely hands-off. So that's it for today's video. We've been looking at a 3-bedroom to convert to a 5-bedroom ensuite HMO. This is going to you're going to be buying this purposely for monthly profit every single month, not necessarily the capital appreciation. The great thing about this is you're able to replace your income very, very fast, and obviously redefine your retirement one property at a time. Now, if you want to replace your income and redefine your retirement and do that one property at a time, and certainly with HMOs or buy-to-lets, then reach out to us at jenicproperty.com, where you can actually book in a free call with one of our team to discuss how we can help you start profiting from UK property with minimal time effort. We take care of the whole process there for you. Otherwise, you can follow me on Instagram, LinkedIn, or Facebook on actual Property with Nick Clark. So if you just search Property with Nick Clark, and you'll be able to follow exactly what we're doing, refurbs wise, etc., but also ask any questions you do have. Otherwise, certainly book in a call at jenicproperty.com, where we can help you profit from UK property with minimal time effort. Remember to like and subscribe to this video, and also hit that notification bell so we can actually send you more videos every single Friday for Deals Friday at 12 p.m. Thanks very much for watching. My name's Nick Clark from Jenic Property, helping you profit from UK property.